Hello, this is John Moore for the DCPA's News Center. This month's noontime page-to-stage conversation on Appoggiatura featured Darrie Lawrence, an original DCPA theater company member who is back for the first time in 30 years, and actor-musicians Julian, Remulla, and Mehry, Eslaminia.
Three closely related Americans who were traveling in Venice together, sharing their grief. A man has died, and they all have a different connection to that man.
A woman of more than a certain age, moi, and my granddaughter, and a man to whom we are related.
People come to Venice on their way in love and on their way out of love. Poor Venice, she's heavy from weight of so many I love you forevers and I love you not forevers, and all this passion makes Venice sink into the sea forever covered in tears.
Venice is a real character in the play, I would say. I don't think this play could be set anywhere else. And I think that James Still is a beautiful writer. He's saying some of his lines are complicated, but some of them are, they are all complicated and very specific, and he really writes poetically for the theater, not unlike Tennessee Williams or O'Neill in a certain way, or certainly Fugard and Brian Friel, and there's a wonderful poetry.
The term Appoggiatura is a musical term, and it refers to a discordant note that comes right before the actual note to add just flavor to the music, but some people know it as grace notes, or just a little thing that comes before the resolution.
Appoggiatura. An embellishing note. Creating dissonance. Leaning into the next note. Finally. Resolve.
The word and the term, it just speaks so much to the entire theme of the play.
The us trio of musicians, Paul Benson, who is not here with us today, plays the guitar. He did not play guitar, and I did not play mandolin before the show.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I learned it just for this show. The Denver Center was like, "Do you play mandolin?" And I was like, I originally was supposed to play guitar because I've been playing for years. I'm very comfortable with guitar. And Risa and Michael were talking about how they wanted a more of the Italian street musician folky sound, which is the mandolin. And they asked me if I played, and I said no. And they said, "Would you be willing to?" And I said, "Absolutely." They said, "Do you own one?" I said, "No." They said, "We'll get you one." And so if the Denver Center gets you a mandolin, you learn how to play the mandolin.
The stage directions are actually written really, really poetically. Like, they're beautiful and so specific, and the audience never gets to see that. And so something we tried to do with the music was, how can we put these beautiful poetic stage directions in between scenes or during scenes on stage and have it be, just part of the show.
You're about to hear stage directions played as music.
It's really quite magical, and so there is a character in the show, an old man, an old Italian man who just wanders the streets of Italy singing songs to himself, and his dogs sing along with him. And so, of course, we're not going to have actual dogs on stage that can sing along with Volare. And so we decided that it might actually be fun to just have two of the actors on stage be barking in the background and singing along, but not necessarily on their hands and knees with the old man. So it adds this sort of surreal, quite lovely aspect that I think, we're watching this old man, and he's leaning down and singing to his dogs while Julian and I are just kind of standing in the background doing our own thing, barking in the corner.
But I think
I
think one of the lovely aspects of James's writing is that I think that throughout the piece he's sort of pointing out that there is a musicality in dogs barking. There's a musicality in snoring.
Yeah.
That if you just have your ear open, there's music everywhere.
And the music is such an incredible part of this show, and we rely on it. You know, it even though we're not, certainly I'm not singing, it moves you both emotionally and physically.
Join us for our next free Page to Stage event at noon on Tuesday, February 10th at the Tattered Cover Bookstore, 2526 East Colfax Avenue. We'll be talking about benediction. In the meantime, visit us at our news center at www.mydenvercenter.org.
Se ti piglio pesciare, e se vai,